Friends, hello. Thank you so much for being here. If you are new, congratulations. You have found somebody who has no problem telling you they know not everything about the market, but I love trading, and I think if you've been here with me, then we can somewhat call some pretty good plays here with what's going on in the market. So let's talk about Rumble, the main thing. I'm going to talk about a few more stocks, but Rumble is going to have a very big week. This could be the biggest week Rumble has ever had in their company, and especially with the stock price, with what could happen this week. So we'll talk about that. I probably won't talk about DWAC too much. I covered that so much here, and not a lot has changed. We just know the deal has gone through as far as we know, and that is the main thing. So this coming week, I'm sure Monday, Tuesday, more things will be coming out with that. Still, it's gone really quiet. The media doesn't talk about True Social, DWAC, Digital World Acquisition, unless there's something bad to say, and there is not too many bad things to say besides them saying that Trump is more than likely going to sell shares so he can raise capital for his lawsuit and all that yada yada. That's old news at this point. Okay, so Rumble, let's go right into Rumble. And once again, thank you so much for being here. It's Sunday. I hope you all are having a fantastic Sunday. Birds are chirping, and I'm getting my garden ready. I'm excited, man. Okay, Rumble. So this week, we will finally see quarterlies with Rumble break loose. So Wednesday, the 27th of this coming week here, 3 days from now, Monday, after market closes, Rumble will be reporting that they will be reporting their Q4 for last year, 2023, now 2024, obviously. So, obviously, I can't, I've talked about Rumble so much here, but if you don't know, I'll keep you informed with where I'm at with Rumble. I'm going big on Rumble. I am very long-term on Rumble. I think Rumble is possibly, and we're watching it right now, become a very, very big, pillar of a company when it comes to free speech. And, we are definitely in a shift right now when it comes to, where governments are colliding. And I'm not trying to make this political, whatsoever, but obviously Rumble is in that kind of stream right now where it gets very political very fast. Because Rumble is obviously a free speech platform, and this is really what they push on, really what they hype on. And if you go to their platform, this is really what you're seeing in your face when you get there. It's a lot of broism, just free living, just barstool sports, just that kind of stuff. And that's great that they're doing that. And but it's obviously going to shift more into just a more broad view, hopefully, over the next few years. But Rumble is doing great on quarterlies. Rumble is doing great on cash, and that keeps growing. And obviously, being a long-term investor in that's what you're wanting to see. So with these new quarterlies coming up here, these quarterlies are going to have some things attached to it that the last quarterlies didn't have. They're going to have this Barstool Sports partnership attached to it. They're going to have new people that have strictly signed up with Rumble alone just to work with them. And obviously, it seems like it's just, especially more this year, it's going to happen. We're going to see it. Everyone that is free speech at this point is signing up with Rumble. Rumble is giving them crazy deals, and they're going over to Rumble. And when that happens, that's thousands, millions of people that go over to Rumble to watch who they like, their stuff. And that's great, obviously, because that's more ad revenue. That's making Rumble bigger. So, the big well out there that everyone's talking about and that could happen in the known future is that, Joe Rogan could go strictly over to Rumble. And that's not far-fetched. That could possibly happen. Obviously, he's with Spotify, but there could be some kind of deal, where, he just completely gets, pushed off other platforms that I will not speak of because of, obviously, where you're watching this. But, Rumble is going more towards that way. And obviously with this being an election year, Rumble is really, really getting a lot of attention. So that's really why the hype is around Rumble. The hype around the quarterlies and the money is around Rumble. The growth with hype is around Rumble. You have all these elements playing in each other with Rumble right now, and that's why it's a hot stock, it's a hot company, and people are really getting, their sinkers put in it right now. So with that, Rumble will be releasing their Q4 of 2023, and obviously now 2024. We will be seeing that last quarterly come out here. So this could be potentially, we could start off Monday kind of hot here with Rumble, where we really start to see some movement with it. And we've already had a big bull run on it. I mean, just 2 months ago, the stock was at $3-4, and now it's pushed all the way up to, at this $7 range where it's comfortably sitting. It loves playing around this $7-8 range, which is huge. So with that too, it was just back in January we were sitting at $3. I think that's where a lot of us were buying in there at that price range. So we could see Rumble maybe hit that we could see $9, $10 this week. That could possibly happen. And if Rumble actually locks in these good quarterlies, this could be a big kick in the butt for it to really start capturing these double-digit numbers here and really push it up. So it's really good news out there with Rumble. It's hard to find bad news. The other big news that broke a week or so ago at this point is obviously the TikTok ban. And with the TikTok ban, the CEO of Rumble came out and said, hey, we would be more than willing to work with TikTok, allow them to, where we can house their data, siphon it, all that kind of stuff. I'm not an AI guy, so I'm not even going to try to explain that, but, I think most of us know what's going on there. And no more news has come out with that really, other than TikTok, the owners of it in China really came out and said, hey, we would rather just you not even get TikTok than the United States have anything to do with TikTok. So who knows how that deal is going to play out. And Rumble still could be involved with that. I don't know. They still could. Rumble, TikTok is pretty much a free speech platform to a point. It's definitely a lot more free speech than other things I will not speak of. So we could see TikTok and Rumble work out a deal, and that would be huge. That would be freaking huge, man. That would be like just a huge catapult into some new numbers and some new range, because TikTok is a billion dollar company at this point, and huge revenue for the United States economy alone, with businesses that are wrapped up in it. So that is really my spiel on Rumble. I'm not trying to sell anybody Rumble. I think if you know at this point. If you don't, be careful where you're buying in. If you're new to Rumble and you're buying in this week, be careful. It's going to be very vicious this week. These next 3 days in the market with Rumble will probably be very, hostile up and down. I would not be surprised to see it be at 651 point to 750, back down to a 6, mid-range, and then to an $8 range, and then back down to a low 7. And then maybe the day of these quarterlies being released, we could see it possibly. I'm hoping. I would really love to see it hit this $9, $10 range. That would be something. I don't know if it's going to do it, but if it's going to do it, this is probably the time where it could happen, because there's been so much hype and push around it at this point. And anything more would just be, the cherry on top of the cake, or the icing, whatever you want to say there. I don't know, wherever you like cherries. That is pretty much my spiel with Rumble. I do want to mention a few other things. I know I've only been talking about really just digital world here on True Social, and I'm glad we're all communicating and talking about that. That makes me very happy. But, there's a lot of people that ask me about a lot of other stocks. I will say this about a lot of people ask me about cannabis stocks. And here's what I'm going to say about cannabis stocks. I don't even want to lie. It's probably been about 2 years since I've been out of cannabis stocks. Cannabis stocks to me, if you're in them, that's great. I'm not saying anything bad about them. I'm just saying for me, they're too volatile for me. They're another thing, and cannabis is still one of those things where legally the government has so much control over it, where, when, if, where, when, what time zone, with who, and why you can use it. So saying that, it is still just a thing that I don't think is free enough for me to put large amounts of money into any of these cannabis stocks, from Sundial to any of them. It's just, and some of them are doing really well. Some of them, Aurora, some of them are doing really well, and some of them are struggling. I almost look at the cannabis sector as I do the EV sector. It's just a lot of companies, a lot to choose from. Only a few will make it, and just it's not for me at this moment. Right now, right now for me, not to sound too nerdy, but I am more obsessed with AI stocks and crypto. That is more or less where I'm at with a lot of stocks right now and where I'm putting money. Those are things that I'm really paying attention to for the next 5 to 10 years. I am not, to me, I think you'd be better off putting your money in Amazon than a lot of these cannabis stocks, because you would know it'll be a slower growth, but you'll get your money back guaranteed, plus a little more, than you had. So if you want to do cannabis stocks, more power to you, man. They're just way too volatile for me right now. So the next comment I get a lot about, and I'm just going to talk about this. People ask me, what are other good stocks that I should be looking at right now? And I'm not a stock expert whatsoever. I just think I'm like other people, where I just kind of obsess over certain stocks, obsess over kind of companies. And I guess that's why I have a YouTube channel, because I can't shut up about it, and I just love talking, sharing information. But some other companies that, if you are new to the stock market or you're looking for other things to look into, obviously I think SoFi is something everyone should look into. I've been back and forth with SoFi. The only thing that scares me about SoFi is that it's still very much attached to the banking sector, obviously. And there's a whole argument that I'm not going to get into, where SoFi is banking, SoFi is AI. And I think you can just say safely it's both those things with software. But SoFi, one thing we can all agree on, is growing. But I would not be shocked to see SoFi take more damage. As an active buyer and believer in SoFi, I would not be shocked to see this stock take more damage here in the next few months, possibly even go to $5-6. I could hopefully be completely wrong about that. I'm hoping for my own sake and a lot of other people, but I would be prepared as an active buyer in it for it to take some more damage. But in the long term, I think it's a very smart move. Short term, if you're looking for a fast turnaround, I don't know if it's for you, but that's something to look into. Fubo is one of those stocks that, man, it is either going to make a lot of people rich, or it's going to put a lot of us in the hole. I know there's a lot of big investors in Fubo right now. It's a huge gamble. It's a huge risk right now. To where this is going to work. You're talking about a company that's killing it in quarterlies. They're killing it in cash flow, to where next year they should be positive in cash flow and debt gone. The problem is right now is that, and their next quarterly should be even bigger. It should be even bigger because it will have the Super Bowl numbers attached to it. So with Fubo, they are in a lawsuit right now with Disney, Fox. Obviously, that's all one huge sector, but that is the scary part. They are up against, it's a David and Goliath situation, and I don't know that, obviously Fubo being the David, I don't know that they can beat Goliath. That is the big scary part here, because Fubo has lots of money, but they don't have Disney, Fox, Entertainment, ESPN, all that stuff wrapped in kind of money. So that's where a lot of us get kind of scared, where we go, I don't know that they're even going to win this lawsuit. I think realistically it's more like, can there be some kind of agreement where legally, the federal government steps in, they say, hey, Disney, you can't control the whole thing. I don't know that's going to happen, but that is the reason. That is 100% the reason why that stock is not moving more than right now, because it has hit this peak, it's hit this plateau where people are like, it's not really going down more, it's not really going up more. It's staying around this 140 to 160, 170 on a real good day, but we're losing that traction. It's because of this lawsuit. It's 100% because of this lawsuit. And people are wanting to know, are they going to win or are they going to lose? Because if they win, great, it's an open field. If they lose, Fubo will probably still do good, but it will really, in the near future, hurt their numbers if they are not able to expand and come up with something new to really, because I guess I should say the lawsuit is for the sport entertainment package that Fubo has, that they're known for. That's their bread and butter. But Disney coming out and saying, hey, we're going to make our own sport package that is more affordable, more attainable, and, you know, just sounds so nice, because we can do this because, you know, we make billions of dollars on a daily basis, minute by minute. So in a nutshell, that is the lawsuit, and Fubo saying you can't do that, it's not legal. So that's what's going on there. I'll say this real fast. AI stocks I think you should be looking at right now are CELH. Look at that stock right there. Still very cheap. Expensive, but cheap for what it could be here in the next, you know, year. Palantir. You should be looking at Palantir. Palantir. Look at Palantir. Still a lot of meat left on the bone there. It has not even started to run. And obviously, if you can put $5 to $10 of your paycheck on a monthly basis, weekly basis, 2-week basis in NVIDIA, put it in NVIDIA. You have been warned. Put it in NVIDIA. They will probably make the Matrix one day. That is literally where that company is headed, with making millions upon billions of dollars on a 24-hour period. Cryptos. People ask me what kind of cryptos I buy, and I'm going to tell you what kind of cryptos I am actively getting into more and more. Well, putting money into as much as I can. I hate to sound like a broken record like everyone else, but XRP. XRP is something that I am not going to go over it because it would take an hour, but obviously the Ripple, looking at XRP, it will more than likely in the next 5 years, it could potentially be moving up to where Bitcoin is, in the sense of how it is used globally. Whether it's going to be $5 then, or it's going to be $100, or what some of these crypto people think it's going to be $1,000 or more share, or a coin. I don't know. Dogecoin, I buy Dogecoin all the time. I'm loading up on Dogecoin as much as I can because I want all of it. Cardano, buy as much Cardano as you can. Shiba, Render, that's another one. Pepe, sounds funny, but I buy it. Bonk, and then always putting money into Bitcoin and Ethereum. So those are just some things that I am constantly getting into. Friends, if you want to know more stocks, let me know. Things that I'm just buying, not that I'm special or anything, just things that I see out there that are constantly going. And friends, I will be making some more videos about different stocks, but I am very excited about this week with Digital World acquisition merging with the Trump media. What's going to happen there, and obviously this is going to be a big week, fingers crossed, for Rumble and what is going to happen there. I'm excited. I hope this all works out, and friends, I will talk to you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.